This is the Evolve Hadean Bamboo. This is the premier electric skateboard for the Evolve brand. Is this board worth your time and money? Find out in this review of the Evolve Hadean Bamboo. What's up everybody, it's your boy Brian here. If you're into geeky stuff like me, like this Evolve Hadean Bamboo electric skateboard, these arcade one-ups, retro gaming, or just gaming in general, or like geeking out with me, please like and subscribe below. And on to this video. Quick disclaimer for you guys, I did purchase this board with my own money. I'm gonna give my most honest review on this product. Hopefully this review will help you if you're thinking about buying this board or maybe purchasing something else. I'll try to give my most detailed explanation of this board, so continue watching till the end. The Evolve Hadean Bamboo, I finally got it. I've been waiting so long for this. I pre-ordered it in August and it came in December. When I was thinking about diving into electric skateboarding, I was checking out all the boards online. The Boosted board was still in business, but another popular board was the Evolve board. Both of those boards were pretty pricey, especially for me who was just thinking about diving into electric skateboarding. I didn't know if I would like it or not. So I looked around and then I decided to just dive into electric skateboarding and get one of the cheapest boards, bang for your buck, and it was the Meepo V3. Here it is, the Meepo V3. I put thousands of miles on it already and I take it with me all the time. I shredded the streets with this. This board helped me have fun, feel the stoke into electric skateboarding. Electric skateboarding was fun for me. I would use that board as much as I can at work, even on breaks, and I end up loving it. The only thing that was missing was I had a trail near me and I would always pass that trail in that Meepo board. And I would be thinking, man, I wish I had an all-terrain board to hit that trail because it would be so fun, so relaxing, shredding that trail near my house and seeing the bay and seeing the sights. So I decided to upgrade, and that's where the Evolve Hadean Bamboo came in. The Boosted board ran out of business, Evolve was still going on. I always wanted an Evolve board. Now I thought it was the time to dive in. I decided the Hadean Bamboo was the board for me, and the reason why is because I was riding on that stiff board for so long and I wanted a different experience. I'm the type of boarder who loves to carve and love to relax. Going fast as I can on a board was always not the top priority. It was the shredding experience, it was the carving experience. I believe I could get that with a Flexi Bamboo deck on the Hadean series. And I was correct. I want to tell you right now, I love riding this board. Before you decide if it's right for you, let's talk about everything that I can about this board so you can make a decision for yourself. Let's talk about the company first. The company Evolve started in Australia 13 years ago and they've been at it for years and years with their experience. They support the community a lot. They have a YouTube channel. First, I want to talk about just the look of the board. Look at it. One main reason why I got the Hadean Bamboo is because it looks so sleek. It looks very, very stylish and sexy. If you look, the grip tape from the etching looks like a great board to have. For me, when I purchase stuff, I like style too, and this is a very stylish board. It doesn't look so tanky with a lot of springs and stuff for the functionality. This is a great balance between style and functionality, for me at least, when I like to carve. The deck is made out of bamboo and also like a little bit of fiberglass, I believe, which makes it get a good flex when you're carving, and that's what I'm looking for. If you're looking for that flex, this type of board get you that. This board has double kingpin trucks, which helps with the carving, helps with the turning radius. My Meepo was single kingpin and I couldn't turn as much, I couldn't carve as much, but over here with the flex and the double kingpins, you're carving like a beast. The pneumatic tires on this board, it's very subtle. It's right enough for me to grip and also to carve. The back side of this board, you'll see the battery is enclosed with plastic, but it's a hard type of plastic. It looks like a sturdy plastic, and also metallic where the wiring and where the brains of the system is, and that's where the heat sink is. That's why it's metallic. The covering of the port where the charging is made by rubber. The on and off button on this board is made by rubber as well. The wires are clipped in with a clip, so it gets held in place. It feels like what you're getting on this board is quality. The Evolve insignia right here, which is etched, and the Hadean, which is etched right over here, which looks cool. The rims of the tires, of the pneumatic tires, they look good, but they're made out of plastic. I might ding them for that because I've seen other companies have their boards made out of aluminum. The motors on this board are huge. I know they're not as big as the Meepo Hurricane that just came out. This is a belt-driven board, and what I like about this board is how the motors are close to the tires as possible, not too much extended out like other boards. Also, they added lights to this board, so in the front and back there's RGB lighting, which you could change to a number of colors. When you stop on the board, it'll blink, so you could ride this board at night and be seen, which I like, and I have been riding at night. Actually, when I first rode this board, I rode it at night. Let's talk about now the nitty gritty, the features on this board. All you speed demons out there, this board with pneumatic tires will go up to 26 miles per hour. I hit 26 miles per hour on these tires, no problem. No speed wobbles for me. I'm 5'6.5" and I weigh about 155 pounds, and there's no speed wobbles, and it gives me a good flex. Maybe people who are heavier might want to go for a more sturdier deck, maybe the Evolve Carbon, but this one is fine for me. With street wheels, it's gonna give you 31 miles per hour. I'm more of a cruising carving rider. I like to listen to tunes in my head. I'm just gonna island boy. I'm an island boy. I'm just gonna island boy. I like a board that has speed too. It's there when I need it. And 31 miles top speed, I'm no longer relaxing. I'm just getting that woo factor. It's there if you need it. I believe it goes up to 26, 28 miles with the pneumatic tires, and with the street wheels it goes 40 miles. I'm not gonna go 40 miles on street wheels, probably. My feet will be jello. The battery is there for me. I don't need to charge it every day. This board has 3 preset modes: Eco, Sport, and Corsa. I started out with Eco, trying to get used to this board. Eco's great on paths. Eco's great on saving battery. Eco is great on the streets. Eco has enough power to go through hills without being too slow. It's a great cruising speed. Sport mode gets you feeling that torque, gets you feeling that fast torque that you need. It gets you through grass. Eco mode will not get you through tall grass or muddy grass. I had to change it to Sport to get that power through it, so it's very powerful. That's probably my go-to sport mode for power. Now Corsa, now that is the crazy mode. That is the brace yourself or you might fall off your board mode. It's great. The speed is there, the torque is immediate, and you reach top speed immediately. Make sure you brace yourself. You go, Corsa. Hopefully I don't die. 3, 2, 1. Whoa, shoot, Corsa! Evolve made the board so that If you do go on Corsa and you gun it, it's not too bad. It'll throw you off the board. At least it hasn't thrown me off the board. I'm just letting you know that unless I want that speed high and that adrenaline rush, I'll put it on Corsa, but that's not always gonna be the mode for me. You have another mode, and this is why you're paying a little bit more money for the Evolve Hadean, and which is custom mode. You can customize your mode to your liking. I'm still trying to work on what's the best one for me. I think I got it, but I wanna try other modes. You could adjust the power, you could adjust the acceleration, the braking, all the way up to your liking and tailor it towards you. So you don't have to go through just only 3 modes, which are the Eco Sport and Corsa, just for you like other boards. You could actually tailor it to your own, which is amazing. You could customize the power, acceleration, and braking of the board through this app, the Evolve app. And this is mine so far. I'm still playing around with it, what suits best. This one's pretty cool. This mode is called cruising mode. And then if my friends want to try out my board, I have this mode right here. And it's for my friends all my friends who are trying my board out. That's for them. When the wife knows that I bought the Killer Instinct Arcade 1-Up Pro mode right here, I gotta make sure that this is on point when that moment comes. Controller on this board is a trigger controller with a brake. I honestly thought that I wouldn't get used to it because I'm so used to the thumb controller and the scroll wheel, but now I had changed. I'm one of the people who love the trigger one. I mean, it feels really great in your hand. It feels like quality. It doesn't feel like a plastic toy. It's made out of aluminum and rubber. Maybe it's all that gaming, or I'm so used to shooters and the trigger finger. It just feels great. And I love having the brakes separate. The controller is very intuitive. The screen is very vibrant, and it's a great LCD. Also, the trigger, I try to pinch my finger pulling the trigger as much as possible. It doesn't pinch me at all. I tried to pinch it. It doesn't pinch, so it's really greatly made. You check out the options are my board, rides, lights, trigger setup to calibrate, or other options like if I want to do units, mine are miles because I'm in USA, a dead man switch, power save feature, or the speed limit. The speed limits are 20 miles, 15 miles, 12 miles starting out or off, and that's it. This is the dead man switch right here, so you have to press it every time you go on a complete stop to make the board move again. You don't have to keep on pressing this. As long as you're moving, you could just press the trigger. I really like this controller a lot. If you look, it looks high quality. If my camera could get in focus, pretty high quality colors on this one, unlike other remotes that come in boards, which looks pretty basic. There's a light right here, just knowing whether it's going to connect to the board or not. If you want to know how long this will last while riding the board, I believe you could take your whole trip until the board's battery dies and you'll still have juice on this controller. It's hefty. I only have to think about charging this remote after my 3rd ride. I do ride long, many miles on this. The performance on this board, on a belt-driven board, torquey. You could feel that torque, especially in Sport and Corsa, especially if you put the acceleration high and the power high. You could feel that torque on your feet once you pull the trigger. It took me a while to get used to that curve, but once I got used to it, it's natural to me. The deck is dropped down a little bit and there's a groove right here. I plant my foot right there. When I want that burst of speed, I could brace myself and feel the board for more control. So this is a size comparison between my Evolve Hadean and my regular Meepo longboard electric skateboard. As you can see, the Evolve Hadean is way bigger than the Meepo longboard. After using my Evolve Hadean for a while, I still utilize my Meepo board while going to the gym because it could fit in the locker. And I gotta say that after riding this to this, it's like night and day. My experiences is this board is super stiff. I could feel every crack. It's uncomfortable when I do it. I still could ride it, no problem. It's just that it is like night and day. I feel every crack here. I need to stabilize myself more on this one than this one because this is such more of a smoother ride. Now the height difference on these two boards with the Meepo regular tires, the Evolve Hadean is just a little bit higher. I would say maybe like about an inch, maybe less than an inch higher with the pneumatic tires. The battery on the Evolve Hadean with the pneumatic tires, it's a little bit higher than the Meepo with the battery, which is cool. There's more clearance on the underside. This board, man, I'm hitting the trails, I've been hitting the mud, I've been hitting the rocks, I've been hitting the paths, I've been hitting the rocky trails, I've been hitting the pebbly trails, I've been hitting the muddy trails, I've been hitting the grass and with this board, and this board performs. This board never let me down. I'm hitting the trails and I'm loving hitting that trail. I love seeing the sights. This board gets me there. This board never lets me down. The board gets me going places. It's very carvy. It helps me get experiences, to experience things like the beautiful view of this on a daily basis. Easy access. Double kingpin trucks, it's stable for me. I only got the speed wobbles once, and that's the first time using on this board with very pebbly paths. I think I gunned it a little bit too much, but then I got the speed wobbles. Luckily I didn't fall off the board, but that was the only time. Once I got used to the balance and the speed that I'm comfortable with, I'm hitting the trails, man, and it's fun. I like pneumatic tires now. The amazing thing about this board too is it doesn't slow down going uphill. It could tackle really steep hills. Around me I have steep hills and I tested it out and it doesn't lose speed. This is my workhorse board where I need to go wherever I need to go around my place. Now that I got the good stuff out of the way, no board is perfect, not even this one. Let's talk about the bad stuff about this board. First off, let's get it out of the way, the price. This board is super pricey. Just with the Hadean Bamboo all-terrain tires only, it cost me $2,549 plus tax. That's just with these tires. If you're adding street wheels to it as well for a 2-in-1, it's gonna cost you a total of $2,799 plus tax. You could reach up all the way, if you get the carbon 2-in-1, all the way above $3,000. $3,149 to be exact. This board is pricey. You're paying for the name, you're paying for the brand, and you're paying for the other features like the custom mode, the build quality of the board. You gotta make sure that you wanna purchase this board, and I hope this review will help you. Another thing about this board, let's talk about the charger. The charger on this board, it is made out of metal, okay? But there is no padding on the bottom, so it'll scratch your stuff. Make sure you put that charger somewhere where you don't care if the flooring gets scratched or anywhere. Plus, when you plug it in, the charger's hella loud. It sounds like a small blow dryer, so it could affect you watching TV. You gotta make sure that you're charging it when you're not gonna be annoyed with it. My suggestion is just to charge it in the garage or something. It's loud. Another thing is, when you plug in the charger, it's a tiny little plug trying to go in a tiny little hole and trying to do it a special way, and it's hard to see, and it's underneath the board, and you always have to spend time to do it. It's cumbersome. Nowadays we have the plug, the USB Type-C, where you could do any way, right? But not with this board trying to charge it. It has to go a specific way. I have to take my time for it. Another negative about this board is the on and off switch for the Evolve Hadean Bamboo, at least. It's a slight press. I could listen to the click and feel the click inside right here, but when I'm outside and there's wind or anything, I hardly hear it. I could hardly tell if it's on or not. The only way I could tell if it's on or not is if when I looked at the controller and it's connected, or the lights, which I have to lift up because it's still sunny. So I'm always guessing when I turn on the board. Another thing is this board does not have a push off to start. Other boards have it. Cheap Meepo has it. This one doesn't. It has a sleep mode, which is great, but push to start is so much cooler. You're spending potentially $3,000 on this board, right? The tire rims are made out of plastic. It doesn't come with bash guard. Other boards that you could spend a fraction of the price come with bash guards, and they don't give it to you. I know probably you could purchase it in the future, but they don't give you the bash guards. You're spending over $3,000. That's a negative. For some people, this board doesn't go in reverse. For me, it doesn't. I don't like going on reverse, so it doesn't matter. It's just one of those things that could be a negative for you. Another thing about this board is there's been an issue about the clips that hold the wiring on this board to the motor. Now, it's great that they have clips. They are made out of plastic though, and they tend to come off. Mine, when I opened up out of the box, it was off. I put it on, and every time when I would go to the hard terrain, it would fall off. I tried to loosen the clips and then clip the wire back in, and it would still come off. I did a fix for it with Velcro. Some people did zip ties to hold it in place. Some people think it's not a big deal. Other people think it's a big deal that it ruined their motor. I know it's not too big of a deal for me, but you are spending a lot of money on this. Some more things to take in consideration about this board. This board is heavy. I believe it's like 25 pounds, 30 pounds. To lug that around with you, to carry it around with you is cumbersome. You don't want to carry this around too long. You want to be riding it, but to just lug it around, let's say if it runs out of batteries on you, it's gonna suck. There's no handle in it like my Meepo, so carrying it is gonna be brutal. Final thing about this, it's hard to clean. This board gets used a lot by me. It gets used in mud, it gets used in all terrain. I just don't use it for street. And I like my board clean after, and it takes a long time to clean. It could be done, but I'm just letting you know, you're gonna take some time cleaning it. There is crevices here on the board, on the bottom of the board that you have to clean, that holds the battery. You're just gonna have to take your time to clean it. Ultimately, who is this board for? This board is really for a person who wants the carving experience. The bamboo deck gives you that carving experience, that flex that you need to carve with the double kingpin trucks. You can't get that with a real solid deck. My Meepo board is hard. People who want to ride this board want a comfortable riding experience, and that's what I get from it. I get that comfort from that bamboo deck, that flex. I get the comfort from the pneumatic tires when I'm going on the trails. I'll kid you not, I get on my Meepo, that's a solid deck, my feet are toast and tired. I get tired after 30 minutes. On this board, I didn't even know that I rode this board for over an hour 30. My feet aren't sore, it could keep going, and I'm happy that I purchased this board for that. It gets me hitting the trails, it gets everything I need, I have fun with it, I could carve with it. This is for the person who likes to carve, basically, and likes to have fun. There are other cheaper boards out there that probably will give you a little bit of the same performance. I don't know about the flexiness of the deck, and I don't know about the service if something breaks. This board does have a year warranty on it to back their product up. I mean, if you want that carving experience, that comfortable carving experience, let's put it this way. You could get other boards like cars. You could get other cars that are a little bit cheaper that get you to point A and B, but then you could get more expensive luxury cars, has the same speed, but it gives you a quiet cabin, a smooth ride, a more comfortable experience. And you want to think about it like that with the Hadean Bamboo. All in all, I'm happy with my purchase. I'll continue to ride it, and if I experience anything, any positives and negatives, I'll still make videos about it and still inform you guys. I hope this video helps to give you guys an informed decision. You know what? The best board for you is the one that you could afford and the one that you have right now. To get the stoke, to get that stoke experience when you hit the streets, hit the trails, I hope you get that experience with anything you get. I want to know, are you going to get the Hadean Bamboo, or any experience about your other boards, or any suggestions? Please comment below. Also put the notification button on. My next review video is most likely going to be, hint hint, One Wheel GT coming at ya. This is Brian from HappyFunnyGaming, and I'll be shredding with this in the next video.